I've already filmed this video like 7 times. Please do excuse my hair and my face. It's literally 3:08. Is it going to focus? Okay. It's 3:08. So I'm going to be doing a video, and this is, if you haven't already seen by the title, it's a video about my mental health, just because I feel like I could channel some positivity from my hard time, and hopefully it will help those who are going through a hard time right now, because I do see it a lot online, that there are people that are just starting out on their mental health journey, and I want them to know that there is a way out of it, and that you can get through. So, basically, I'm going to try and get through this as quick as I can, just because I filmed it so many times. So it started in 2012. I suddenly felt really ill, and we went to the doctors, and they kept saying, oh, it's a bug, it's a bug, it's a bug, it's a bug. So then this was the NHS, by the way. So then one day the doctor wasn't in, so we had to see the nurse instead, and the nurse was very great and sent us for a blood test. So we went for a blood test, and they said that I was anemic, which I thought, like, thank God I can get some medication and be back to Steph again. This medication had side effects, so I was ill a lot, and if you know me, you'd know I am a emetophobe. I am terrified, like petrified of sick. So yeah, it wasn't too good, constantly feeling sick, which made my attendance go down, made teachers hate me because I never came in. So then I kind of realised this myself, that when I felt ill, it came in like a pattern. Like if I wasn't at school, I'd be fine. Then if I knew that I had school the next day, then the whole night before I would feel awful. And then on the way to school, I'd feel crap. And I just kind of realised that my mood was all over the place, basically, and that it wasn't an illness. It was, well, it was an illness, but it was psychological. So I told my mum. I remember I was sat in bed and I was like, Mum, I think that I'm ill, but not ill. I think my nerves are like all over the place. I said something like that, but I was like, I think it's my nerves, they're like making me ill. So we went to the doctor and we told him, and he referred us to a psychiatric team. And this was about like November 2012. So it was like a whole 2 months of feeling ill before I actually told my mum what I thought it was. The psychiatric team got in touch with us in December. Took them a whole month. Which is quick, to be honest, for them, because the NHS is shit. They referred us to CAMS, which is the Child and Adolescent Mental Health Service. I always get it wrong in my head, but thankfully I got it right then. And I thought, yay! Therapy! And it was awful. But there was one positive note that came out of it, and that was that every time we would drive to therapy, we'd go straight from school, but I'd like miss my last lesson, and we'd always listen to the radio, me and my mum, and there was this song and it sounds so stupid, it really does, but there was this song called Can We Dance, and it used to come on the radio almost every time, and I just really liked it. Every time it came on, I'd be like, Mum, it's the song again, and I'd completely just forget that I was on my, like, where I was going, and like nothing really mattered. And then I googled it and found out that it was by a band called Vamps, and suddenly being at therapy didn't matter as much, because I'd found a reason to like want to carry on in my life. And I remember I used to write Bradley on my arm every day, and Brad is the lead singer. And I remember my therapist, her name was Regina, and she would ask me like, "Who's Bradley? Is he your boyfriend?" Like, I wish. But they used to just make everything so easy, and they still do now. Like, I still support them to this day. It's just a lot different because now that they actually know who I am, it's a little different. But they just made therapy so easy for me, and I can't thank them enough for releasing Can We Dance, my therapy tune. So everything got kind of easier after CAMS. But I would say it was definitely not CAMS that made it easier, it was the vamps. Because literally a month after being in therapy, I was out of my comfort zone more than anything. I was going to meet people I'd never met before just so that we could go into the vamps together, and everything just became so much easier. I was okay for a few months, I was going back to school, it was all cool. Well, kind of. Like, I'd still have the odd day off, but it was okay. And then suddenly everything came crashing down again. I was back to feeling like crap. I'd still go and see the vamps, but like if it would mainly be on school days when I was supposed to be at school, and I'd go out for them because obviously they make me feel a lot better than school does, as it would for anyone. But school just was not for me at all. And at school I used to sit in a classroom called A6 on my own because I was too afraid to go into any classroom. Like, I had a little card that would say like, oh, Steph's allowed to leave and to go and sit in A6, but I used to never even go to the classrooms. I'd just sit in that room all day, and no one really understood. They just thought I was weird because I went from being normal one day to being gone, like off the face of the earth, and then they'd walk past and see me sat in there and be all confused, which was hard because they'd come into the classroom and be like, oh, why are you in here, Steph? And you don't want to be like, oh, I'm crazy, like I'm scared of everything. Like, obviously there was rumours circulating like, oh, Steph's got depression, and Steph's a loser, and Steph isn't allowed in lessons because she's crazy. It obviously really did get to me, but it's school, you know. School sucks big time. So I ended up dropping out of school, which was a decision made by me and my parents because it was just too much. It really was. But I didn't just drop out of school to do nothing. I was homeschooled for a bit, and then they said, hey, you can go to college early and you can do one of these specific things. And me being me, I picked beauty because I'm joking. I just picked beauty because I thought it was interesting and cool and easy. I was all right, like, really was. I did well. Like, obviously every now and then I'd have a cheeky ditch of college to go and meet the vamps, but I was good. Did that whole year, didn't have anything major bad, and then I got into my second year, and then it just started to go really bad again, because I don't know if you would know if you are watching this from YouTube and not from my Twitter page, but I do get a lot of hate online, and I guess it just really got to me at one point. So I dropped out of college, got a job, which I still have now, and I love my job, it's great. But then I did have this massive breakdown, and it was kind of the point where it was like, no, you need to like get help, like this isn't okay to feel like this is horrible. And I was at my friend's house, and I guess everything just went wrong, and I was crying for like a solid 6 hours. Like, I was out of it. And I remember I got on the train at like 5 AM, and I was like staring at the train track, and I just wanted to jump. Like, everything, like, Like, I'm not the type of person to like do stuff like that. Like, I'm a coward at things like that. But everything just got so much, like all the bullying online and everything, it just took a toll on me, and I just wanted to end my life. But of course I didn't. Otherwise I wouldn't be filming this video now. And I managed to somehow get back to my house that morning, and I was tweeting some pretty deep things. Like, I was just so over everything. And luckily my friend told my mum. Well, she told her mum and her mum told my mum. And we went back, and I went to Bupa, which is private healthcare, and I wasn't allowed to do anything basically without my parents watching me. Like, they had to handle my medication in case I commit suicide, which was hard because, like, I remember one night my mum was like reading through all the things that people were saying about me, and she was like crying to my dad, and she was like, I'm just so scared she's gonna kill herself, like, and I'm gonna lose my daughter. And like, I don't think people realise that how like deep it hits you sometimes. That the hate that you send online, it hurts. Like, like, not just that person, it hurts everyone around them that sees it. Especially when they don't even know that person. Like, it's the worst feeling in the world. And I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But luckily, I got out of that horrible frame of mind, and I found some incredible friends who I love more than anything in the world. I have the support from them, I have the support from my family, and of course I have the support from my favourite band, who I can't thank enough for existing. I'm still here to tell the tale, and I'm all good. I can't think of, like, I haven't felt really down about anything for a while now, like a good while, which is really, really good, and I genuinely feel happy now, which is more than I could ever wish for or even imagine. Like, I didn't think I would make it to see 2015, let alone 2017. So fuck you, anxiety and depression. In celebratory season of recovery, I decided to get a tattoo. So I got a tattoo, and it looks just like this. And the arrow is basically where you pull the bow back and you let go of the past. Deep, but... And then there's a semicolon in the middle. You probably won't be able to see it because my camera is being a dickhead and won't focus. So I'll put a photo on the side. But it's... Okay. The semicolon was drew by Brad from the Vamps, who is a very, very lovely boy, and he's been very supportive and amazing throughout everything. I asked him to draw it, which he was very kind, and he did. And if you don't know what the semicolon means, it's part of a mental health project, and it's when an author goes to end a sentence and they decide not to, so they put the semicolon, and I just think that's a very, very lovely thing. Quite a lot of people have semicolon tattoos, but mine is definitely original because Bradley Wilson put his own little beautiful touch on it. So yeah, that's my mental health story. I've probably missed some stuff out. I hope I haven't, but if I have, and thank you for watching. I hope you were inspired. Ow! I hope you were inspired. I hope you didn't get offended by my face or my hair. And I hope you have a good day. Bye. It's not ending. Help.